6 years ago, the people of the Millennium Village of Mwandama were hit hard by a food crisis caused by several years of drought and floods. More than a third of the population did not have enough to eat. In Mwandama itself, the crisis left an already fragile population struggling to survive.
Millennium isanafike kuno, tinali pa mavuto, malo okhala monga manyumba tinalibe, chokudya chinali chosowa, tiyeni mazi anali osowa, masukulu anali osowa, zipatala zinali zosowa, hadi makimene inali osowa.
But today, the people of Mwandama are some of Malawi's most productive farmers. Since the start of the Millennium Villages project in 2005 and the introduction of a range of innovative, low-cost programs, farmers have seen yields increase fourfold. Many are forming cooperatives and branching out into more lucrative business. Schools have been built and clinics have opened. Electricity is being installed. Mobile phone networks are in place, and roads have been improved. Access to safe water has more than doubled.
Lero tu Millennium pamene yabwera, sogolola tutonse amene liri kuoneka kuti ndilabwino.
In 2000, the largest gathering of international leaders in history pledged to help the world's poorest people. They set 8 Millennium Development Goals with the target date of 2015. Malawi's Mwandama is one of 14 Millennium Village sites across 10 African countries. In partnership with local and national governments, the project is supporting some 500,000 people in their fight against extreme poverty, at the cost of just $120 per person per year.
The Millennium Villages project is a special kind of program because it takes the Millennium Development Goals in their entirety, issues of poverty, hunger, education, healthcare, clean water, sanitation, and looks at the challenge holistically and designs a holistic, integrated approach which covers that whole range of extreme poverty.
Ineyo zina langa ndi Martha Smoko, ndi machokera kwa Mwandama. Ineyo zimene limapanga timaphika maskoni.
Every week, Martha Smoko and her cooperative are bringing bread to Mwandama. With cassava flour from their own crop, these women are meeting a high demand for a product that was hard to find locally. Following 2 years of success, Martha's cooperative is training others.
Ineyo ndi gulu loyamba, chinakhala chopambana kwambiri titaphunzira maphunziro athu. Chifukwa kuphunzira ife tokha sichingathandize mu Mwandama Millennium Village, koma kuti tiphunzisenso anzathu ena kuti nawonso athandizike kuti dziko litukuke, komanso boma lino litukuke, komanso dera linonso kuti litukuke.
What we found is that working with women goes directly to the root of reducing poverty, because most of the money that women make goes straight to their households. When we ask the women what they do with the money they make, they will tell you that it's spent on the household needs. It's spent on buying farm inputs. It's spent on sending kids to school.
The Millennium Village project is a 10-year effort, starting 5 years ago, now entering its phase 2 with the final 5 years. In the first 5 years, the idea was to get the basic systems for agriculture, for children in school, for child survival, for safe childbirth, for fighting epidemic diseases. for basic infrastructure like roads, safe water, sanitation, all in place. But the second phase is to help these communities definitively escape from the poverty trap. So once the systems are in place, the next step is business development as a critical feature.
With her earnings from the bakery, Martha Smoko, a widowed mother of 6, can now make deposits in her account at a mobile bank that serves the community.
Ineyo kusegula akaunti ya opportunity ndinaona kuti ndi chinthu cha nzeru kuti mwina akakhobiri ndizisungako kuti mwina zina zazizizi.
Since 2008, the mobile bank has driven once a week to the village. More than 2,000 people have opened accounts and over 500 loans have been taken.
Ngongole imene natenga ku banki yandithandiza mu chaka chimenechi chifukwa monga tinene kuti tinatenga ngongole ya fertilizer ndiyeno chimanga chimene tinadzala kwa ineyo chinachita bwino kwambiri.
For the people of Mwandama, where maize remains the root of their livelihoods, increasing yields is still a top priority.
Chifukwa akumatipasa zipangizo za ulimi komanso kukumabwera akutiphunzitsa ulimi wa makono kuti tithetse njala m'malo mwathu. Mbuyo monsemo tinali ndi njala chifukwa timangolima za chipuzipuzi koma mbuyo monsemo tinali ndi njala ndithu koma panopa ndithu tili ndi chakudya chokwanira.
With improved seeds and fertilizer, yields jumped fourfold. Surplus maize is stored in new grain banks managed by the community through cooperatives. It can then be sold throughout the year when market prices are high.
Chimanga chonse pamodzi mu grain bank chiyambire cha 2008 kufika chaka chathachi chinalipo 49,000 bags nyemba ndi soya.
Extensions to the grain bank will soon house a maize mill and a winnowing machine. With the harvest underway, Mwandama's farmers are starting to bring this year's contributions to restock the bank. During a visit in May 2010, United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon witnessed just how much local farmers had produced.
The good news is that the people live in far better conditions than before. The vast majority of families now have enough food. I saw that myself. Thanks to new fertilizers and seeds, the areas of small farmers produce a surplus of grain.
One such farmer is Joyce Chikwapa, who met with Ban Ki-moon last year. Widowed 6 years ago, Joyce lives in Dindi, where she looks after 7 of her 13 grandchildren.
Every time we are introducing a technology, we conduct a training. Joyce is one of the lead farmers who always gets the training. When we train these lead farmers, they go back home and they train their fellow farmers.
Olwa mtu amazimira paika mtu wakazi yeka upanda mamuna akukoma nyumba zao malata chifukwa cha Millennium. Chifukwa chimanga mapeza nthawi imodzi.
Panopa mukupezeka mu grain bank muli input chonchi chifukwa choti AWFP ndi amene tinapa contract yogulisana mbewu zathu kunoko. Choncho pachaka timayenera kuti gulisana nawo. Ndi za chaka zimenezi atigula anakagawira ku masukulu athu konkunoso ku Malawi.
Mwandama's farmers previously gave contributions to the grain bank in return for fertilizer. Now, cooperatives are encouraging the farmers to also sell their surplus to the bank, so the crops can be marketed in bulk. And the project is encouraging farmers like Joyce to expand their business activities.
At this point in time, we are looking at the sustainability of all the activities in the agriculture sector with our farmers and the introduction of other activities. Now we are going into agro-business.
Despite the continued importance of maize, a rain-fed seasonal crop, the introduction of other agricultural activities is a key aspect of the second phase of the project. By learning to irrigate low-lying timber fields, community members can profit from high-value crops like tomatoes, onions, and cabbages.
Madzi ndimanyamula pa damu pamusi apo, ndimanyamula ndi makeni, nkumayenda nkumathirira 1 by 1 tupando. Ulimi umenewu wandithandiza uthirirawo chifukwa choti wandipangira zinthu zingapo. Namanga nyumba, komanso ndi ana okwana 4, awiri amapita ku sukulu zolipira. Ndiye zonse zimathandizika kudzera mu ulimi, komanso kudya kwa tsiku lililonse pa banja langa ndimadyabe mosavutikira kuti tsiku lililonse sima ndithu imapezeka. Imakhala ready kuti tidya basi kudzera mu ulimi othirira omwewo.
Apart from seeing that they are producing enough crops, we have also gone into livestock, because we know for a farmer to have livestock is a walking bank to them.
Dimba farmer Cosmos Chimwala has recently branched out to rearing livestock.
Ndikuwetapo nkhumba linali lili ngati lulanga. Nditawetapo nkhumba chifukwa ndizopindulitsa zimasowa pachaka zimasowa katatu, komanso nzodulirako poyerekeza ndi mbuzi. Komanso zimatipasa manyowa amene timakathira ku mbewu zathu kulima. Ndiye zili ndi phindu lochulukirapo.
With so much valuable produce, making sure that farmers can get to market is critical.
Maendeleo opita kuthondwe amakhale oti ndabwino panopa kuyerekeza ndi nthawi imeneyoyo, koma pano pamene walimidwa timayenda bwinobwino.
Women's groups are also exploring the business opportunities offered by the diversification of crops. Thanks to varieties like the orange flesh sweet potato, rich in vitamin A, the people of Mwandama are now enjoying far more nutritious meals.
The orange flesh sweet potato is a very versatile product because you're able to produce various dishes at household level. You can produce some juice, you can produce donuts, as well as casseroles, some fritters and so forth, which at the end of the day, the people are able to get a lot of nutrition out of.
And like the bakery cooperative, these women are teaching others to make healthy dishes that can also be sold at profit. School children too are getting healthier. Brian, Brighton and Blessings, triplet grandsons of leading farmer Joyce Chikwapa, look forward to going to Dindi Primary every day because they know that a meal waits for them there. Relatives and friends of the pupils prepare porridge using ingredients and firewood donated by villagers.
Many children, they do just go to school without taking something in the morning, isn't at their homes. Yes, but when they see that we're going to school and get something, it's good.
Before the project, lessons at Dindi were held outside. But now the school boasts 4 permanent classrooms, a kitchen and latrines for boys and girls.
People learning under a tree, on the muddy. Oh, no, cannot perform very well. Yes, especially to girls.
The Millennium Village project started with the basic proposition that in the 21st century, there is no way out of poverty except with an education.
Teacher training and learning materials have been provided, and hygiene and sanitation classes are being piloted to help prevent the spread of disease. And parents are being trained to play a role in running schools through parent-teacher associations.
PTA members act like a bridge between parents and teachers. Millennium Villages project has facilitated in coordination with the government to train and implement PTA programs in order to make sure that the schools are well governed.
Munga wa PTA ndiko kofunikira kuti achibale makolo azitenga mbali kwa anawo munga anaina sama amanyanyaza kusukulu sapita komati azipita azitithandizana na ulimozi kwa sakasaka makomomo kwafusa makolo zoganiza zokuti ana kusapita kusukulu aganiza chani kapena kwako atiyusa ana nsanga muganiza nawo chani ukuma akoka kuti ana abeze sogola bo.
Joyce and her family's future is also brighter thanks to regular home visits from community health workers who bring health services right to the homes of people in remote communities where access to healthcare is difficult. Maximo Graziano is responsible for hundreds of households, including Joyce's, in Dindi. He walks dozens of kilometers every week to deliver frontline healthcare. Maximos and his fellow community health worker Paul Pongani perform vital tasks. These include monitoring pregnant mothers and malnutrition amongst the under fives, educating about hygiene and sanitation, conducting on-the-spot malaria tests, and distributing life-saving drugs. And thanks to the introduction of bicycles by the Millennium Villages project, it is now much easier for Maximus and Paul to do their work.
These new bicycles will contribute a lot to our job because our job deals with, we do move household by household. So with these bicycles, it will make our job easier. This thing, I think, is very, very important for the community to have people like us because the nature of our job, it encourages us to stay right there in the community. So you can imagine a health worker staying in the community. It means the community can have a full service of that health worker throughout a day or 24 hours.
And gathering data on the health of under fives will also become a lot easier for Maximus and Paul. A new system, Child Count Plus, which has been piloted in other Millennium Villages, will soon enable them to send information to a central database using text messages. Previously, a mobile team of nurses and clinical officers and an ambulance supported Maximos and Paul's activities. But just recently, a new primary healthcare facility has opened in Mwandama, bringing improved healthcare to thousands.
This clinic has got a maternity clinic, but also we have an outpatient department. This clinic is very important because from where we are standing here, women have to walk 15 kilometers for them to deliver. And previously, we've been having mothers delivering on their way to the clinic. Here we'll be offering the integrated services, and that means we'll be offering services like family planning to mothers, and then antenatal clinic, but also we do have the under 5 clinic, including the immunizations.
And soon, nurses like those serving the people of Mwandama may be coming from within the community itself.
chifukwa chokuti inenso ndinathandizidwa ndi anthu oti sindimayembekeza kuti angandithandize then mafuna ndizabweze kwa anthu amenewo ndizawathandize nani.
16-year-old Georgina Chimola is attending Masungola Secondary School, thanks to a scholarship from the Millennium Villages project.
Nditamva kuti zinangalowa mbungo imeneyi ndinali osangalala chifukwa amuna sukulu anga ndikanatha kulephera chifukwa chosowa ndalama. Kotero panopo ndimalimbikira kuti ndizaone kuti kusogolo ndizachita chani chifukwa choti ndalama kunyumbako panopo basi anakhala ngati apepuka.
It's one of the core concepts and goals of the Millennium Villages project that we help the children through primary school, and then the ones that pass the national exams should be on their way to be able to go on and to complete secondary education, and we hope many with continuing to university beyond that.
21-year-old Friday Farao completed secondary school and now is studying at Bunda College of Agriculture in Malawi's capital, Lilongwe, the first student from Mwandama to go to university with the project's support.
They can express, for example, you know that
my background has given me, actually has taught me a lot of lessons, one of which is, without me being assisted, I couldn't have reached it, here where I am, doing my bachelor's degree at this higher level learning institution like this one. So I believe that, with that assistance that I received, that one can help me again to help others who are in need.
Friday is studying hard to be a development economist, to work for his country's future.
To me, it's a great opportunity because this is, where I can realize my dream, what I wanted, to do in life. I believe that all the chances are there that I can, accomplish whatever I wanted to do, and I believe I will, definitely.
The Millennium Villages project, together with partner governments, are turning the Millennium Development Goals from pledges on paper into real successes, and helping young people like Friday lead the way to a brighter future.